Hey, you guys, happy Wednesday. It is Real Talk with Roz. I'm not going to be on here long, but first and foremost, I have to say prayers to the Jackson, Hinton, Townsend family, the city of Lansing, the state of Michigan. This week has been interesting for a lot of different reasons, and as of today, the governor has declared racism a disease in our state. Well, racism has been here forever since they brought us over on the boats. However, that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to talk about the systemic cultural demise that we have created amongst ourselves. And when I say that, I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to keep it real and I'm going to keep it short because my heart is heavy. We have allowed people to categorize us. We were niggers. We were African Americans. We were everything but who we are, which are people. We were slaves. Everything. But again, this is not who we are. We are people who have been chosen and set aside by God. Now, my heart has been really, really heavy because this week these babies were here visiting family, which is the core of everything, family. Family is the core of our every essence. It's how God ordained it when he gave us Adam and Eve, then Cain and Abel. And so the generations began. Somewhere along the way, we forgot this thing. And family doesn't do what it used to do. I remember as a child, for me, it was not family only, it was a village. Between the time you got out of school and got home, if you got in trouble, you can guarantee you got 2 beat downs plus one more waiting when you got there. That's the village. Because the next door neighbor was going to get in with you. Then the next door neighbor going to say, oh, you did what? And such said. Family. Family is a community. When I say community, it's everybody around you, your church, your school, the stores that you shop at, the bus drivers. It's everybody. It's everybody. And I'm going to be transparent here. My family was not the typical family because I grew up with sisters and brothers, my mother and father, but somewhere along the way, I got thrown into that systemic thing. I was in foster care, 13 different homes. 16, I was on my own and emancipated. But God still had a plan for me and family because I still had a village. I had teachers looking out for me. I had principals looking out for me. I had the next door neighbors looking out for me. So when I say family is the core of everything, it may not be your traditional family. It may not be your own brothers and sisters, but it's somebody that's been placed in your life for a reason. This senseless act that happened in Lansing is just that, senseless. We have taken family out of the equation. You can't tell my child what to do is what we say. You can't do nothing to my child or I will kill you is what we say. There are people, when I walk into a school building, 8 hours of the day, my child belongs to that teacher. You are his parent. But the system has said they can't touch our kids. It didn't kill us. They tell us what don't kill us will make us stronger. Well, guess what? We're killing our own. We are killing our own. So we aren't stronger. We're weaker. And we're the weaker vessel. We are 13% of the nation's population. And 36% of us are dying from senseless acts of violence. Be it rape, be it gunshots, just senseless. We're in the midst of a pandemic and we're still destroying each other. When is enough going to be enough? As a young woman, my village is different. I had to bury both my parents at the age of 35, 6 months apart. So my village shifted drastically, but God still had somebody to hold me up, keep me accountable, and they still do. These mothers and fathers shouldn't be bearing these babies. Successful young men. When are our men going to stand up. Not the women, because we don't carry the seed. That seed belongs to the man. Stand up and say, I got your back, sister girl. I will help you with this young man. I thank you, Austin Tipton Sr., for being on here, for helping you with my village, for my 2 young men. We still got one more, but I thank you, because I couldn't do it by myself. I couldn't. I will never tell anybody that I can be a man to a boy child. I can only be a mother to a boy child. In that, what I can do is educate them. I can teach them. I can show them. But we need men mentoring these young men. We need men standing with these mothers. We need men everywhere you look. And it's unfortunate that 47% of our black men are incarcerated. So me as a woman who would like to date because of the society and the things that we're doing will put me in an August entanglement. That's my little side joke, y'all. I just have to say it because there's no man for me. Most men are either married or in jail. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Nobody wants to talk about this. It's all about me, me, me. There's no longer me. It's us. It's we. Together. Trump said it best this week. If the pandemic don't kill us, we gonna kill us. Let's look at it. Chicago. They're dying every day. Detroit. Lansing. Let me just talk about Lansing. I moved here 28 years ago. I came from the west side of Chicago where I saw people die and get shot. Moved to Saginaw where I saw drugs taking over the neighborhoods. I came to Lansing and I'm like, whoa, this is life. Fast forward, now I'm watching the cycle repeat itself. It shouldn't be that way. Just because we are single women raising men, there should be a man knocking at the door. Hey, what's your son need today? Can I take your boy out and take him for a walk? Because it starts there. Then ladies, let's stop being so manly that we don't need a man's help. I'm guilty of that. But my daddy taught me how to maintain, how to take care of myself. You teach a man to fish, they're going to learn how to fish and take care of themselves. My dad taught us that. However, when it's time for me to submit or take instructions from the one that's over me, I have to do just that. Be it a pastor, be it a leader in an organization, be it on the job. Now, if you're wrong, it's my job to correct you. But at the same time, there's a time when I have to step back. This is our call for action. I know for a fact we have urban neighborhoods throughout the state of Michigan. I'm going to call 4 communities: Saginaw, Flint, I'm going to call 5, Grand Rapids, and Detroit. And now I'm going to say Lansing, where we have a core of young men who need help. Yes, we have fraternities and sororities and all of that, but that's an elite group. Sometimes that elite group, and I applaud them because they do work in the community, but we need more. I don't want to see my boys in the correctional facility, but that's what the system says, that they're going to jail, that they're going to be a number, because that is how this thing was designed. People are complaining now that the governor's creating an advisory board for black disparities. Guess what? Let's use that to make it work for us. Black lives matter, colored lives matter, all lives matters, but today, boys matter. Young men matter. Young women matter. Men of color. We need to put these guns down, y'all. We do. We do. I am fretful every day that my boys walk out of my house just to ride their bikes, because you don't know what's going to happen when they go around the corner. But I trust God. That's what sustains me. I trust God. But how many of us truly trust God? I'm being as transparent as I can without crying, y'all. I see so many. Daquan, I salute you. I'm going to say that to you. Daquan Townsend, I salute you. The very thing that we used to do when it came time to beat down somebody, you're doing it in the ring to earn money to take care of your family. So you're doing that thing the right way. Those of you that have joined the military, You're fighting for our countries, but you're fighting for better lives for your children. I salute you. But for those of us just sitting around talking about, oh, I can't get no job, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yes, you can. It's that you don't want to. We have allowed the easy handouts to come. So with that, we take them. That's not what our families did. From legacies before, they worked in the fields all day long for somebody else. But then they went home and took care of their own. If that means you got to work in the field for somebody else to build your own, build it. Tara Riley, Lakeisha Allen, so many other ladies, I salute you for taking your dreams and running wild. But now we got to take those things and encompass this community and run with it. We need to connect, network, build, grow. It takes more than one to build a nation. And I say Tara Riley because we're from the same village. We grew up together. We know that Sister Woods, Mother Hudson, brother, by the time you got home, everybody knew. And it wasn't embarrassing, but it was keeping you in line, keeping you in order. We don't do that anymore. When our kids say the teacher has done something, and I'm guilty some days of that, we instantly run to our kids' side. Guess what? Let's stop doing that. Let's sit down and create a dialogue with the teacher, the principal, and this child and set some rules. Because for me, I'll tell you in a heartbeat, he yours when I'm at work. Take his butt behind the building and beat his tail. Give him a punishment that's suitable of what you would do to your child. We have to go back to that mentality. You know, everybody's upset. Oh, I got to school my child. I can't send my child to school. It starts at home. I'm sorry, you guys. It starts at home. Always has. Always will be. We grew up with the simple thing, a family that prays together, stays together. And I mean, we do. My family is everywhere, but once a month, my family gets on a prayer call together and we pray for each other and cover each other. When one hurts, we all hurt. That's what this community is going through right now. Because one is hurting, we're all hurting. But in this hurt, we now can shift. Congratulations to Sarah Anthony, to the Lansing Police Department, Chief Green. I thank you all for standing up in this situation and working with the families and working. But let's keep this work going. Pull on the community. Let's set up more neighborhood watches. Let's create a dialogue that's going to be efficient and effective, that we can take back what Lansing used to be. I will tell everybody in a heartbeat, I love this community. It was so safe when I moved here. But now I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the educational system. I'm concerned for the simplicity of life, the day-to-day things in the midst of a pandemic, because people don't care. We're talking about dictatorship because we got to wear masks. We're talking about dictatorships because we don't want to open the schools up. I need to send my kid back to school. I need this, I need that. You taking my freedoms. What about black people? We've never had any. We've always been told this is what you do, this is how you do, this is what you're going to do. But we need to shift that. We start in the home. What our children wear is a reflection of what we are. Booty shorts, short pants, titties out. Sorry, y'all, I'm just going to be real. That's not how we were dressed. We taught to be modest, to protect yourself, to present your body virtuous. Those things are how we start. We walked out the door, we said a prayer. My mama and daddy went to school with us and checked in randomly. Once we drop them off at school now, we don't do that anymore. Let's keep it real. Let's take this thing back, one step at a time. Yesterday was your biggest step to vote. How many of you use that voice? We're always saying we can't do, we don't do, we won't do, but we have the power to do it. Yesterday was the start of it, the kickoff. How many of you are going to go and vote November 4th? I charge you and I challenge you and I dare you, because it starts there. But then we need to create a dialogue from different regions, different cultures, different nations. Brown Lives Matter. People keep forgetting about Hispanic and Native Americans. They're a minority too. They are. We're talking about defunding the police. again, I'm going to say congratulations and kudos to Lansing Police Department, because if we defund them, things couldn't happen the way they did. Yes, we don't trust things and we don't trust the entities before us, but if you're working with them instead of against them, things go together well. I'm sorry, you guys. I just have to be real and be transparent. My heart is so heavy for this nation. You know, for our young men and our young women. Many of them are cohabitating, raising kids by themselves. And let's be real, the baby mama drama. That don't make it no easier. She get mad, she calling the police, she kicking him out, but you trying to be a real man and take care of your child. I get it. I get it. We have multiple systemic issues within our own community. We need to look within our community and see where the issues are. How can we change them? How can we shift them? This pandemic really has taught me home is first. I'm on the floor playing with my child. We're creating things to do. He don't always like it when I say time to do homework. He gets mad. But the reality is, if I don't encourage it, who else will? Who else will? If I don't sit down and understand what he's feeling, who else will? This is where it begins. It begins in the home with the dialogue with your children. How are you feeling today? What's going on? What can I do to help? No, not the materialistic aspect, but the hardcore issues. The real issues. Let's get to the root of them, because it's so much. They see our anger, they take it on. They see our pain, they take it on. They see us going off on people in the community, they feel like they can do it too. We are a mirror image of our children, our parents, and the generations before. I look at the life that they've been talking about of Representative John Lewis, and I love it. Let's get into some good trouble. How are we going to create good trouble? How? Let's talk about it. I'm ready for good trouble to start. Yeah, I want my 40 acres and a mule. I do. I'm going to be real. But I'm going to work for mine. I'm going to actually step out and get into the community and say, how can I help you? It could be a simple hug. It could be a simple smile. But you never know what these children are experiencing. Senseless violence in this state. Oh my God, you all. In the midst of a pandemic that so many are hoping that we die from. What are we going to do? I know for me it starts with prayer. It starts with prayer. Then it's me reaching out to some of my friends that are males. Hey, you know it's just me. Can you spend a little bit of time with my little bro? Can you take him with you and show him? Can you help him learn how to build a fire pit? Because I want one. I thank you for the men in my lives. Hey, Marcus, you too. You know, you ride in there with us. You hang out with Tyrese, so thank you. I thank you for the men in our lives, because there are days where I just need to pick up the phone. Bro, can you come get him before I kill him? And they do. They respond. We need to create this type of atmosphere for everybody's child. Everybody needs somebody, and somebody's child needs somebody. Be it a simple hug. You know, I watched this week where before the shooting happened, I had to respond to another incident where child wanted to commit suicide. What is life teaching that they want to commit suicide? It's not that bad, you guys. What are we doing? And I stopped what I was doing because that child needed a hug. And that child needed to cry. And she needed to know that she had a support. Are we supporting our children? Are we loving and nurturing our children the way that we should? Just because they're 19, 20, they still are babies learning and finding their way. We still have to walk with them till the end of time. Till the end of time. I thank God for the sheroes above me right now in the conversations. Even them trying to help me keep my virtue until I'm remarried again. That's the type of village that we should be having. Baby, you ain't married. You shouldn't be doing that. Keep your dress down. Why give him the milk for free when he already got the cow? That's what they say. Stop. Stop. If he really wants you, he gonna fight for you. Young men, if they really want you, they going to wait. And you're going to treat them as the queen they should be. We are kings and queens in our own culture, but we're too busy tearing them down. Lift them up, hold them up, you guys. Trust me, to be a number and to lose a lot of things is not fun. And I'm talking from experience because I got lost along the way. But somebody in one of these villages that I've had grabbed me and said, you are beautiful. You don't need validation from a man. God has validated you. But as a man standing over you, daughter, I validate you. Thank you, Rodney Hayes, for that. That keeps me going when I miss my mother and my father. Let me tell you, the words that we speak into these people's lives, these young people's lives, have power. I am 47 years old, and I don't have a mother and a father, but the spiritual people that God has placed in my life, when I need that push, when I need that chastisement, when I just simply need a hug and a prayer, these people begin to go to the throne, and then they come to me the right way. And the daughter, this is who you are. This is what you need. This is how we. But we have to do this to every child we meet, every man, every woman. We don't know what they're going through. But in order to change the dynamics of this situation in this life that we're living right now, we have to start with the simple words. And people may not like it. And you may encounter some things that are going to be hard. But keep going. One word can change the difference and make a difference, you guys. I'm hurting right now so bad for these families, so bad. Because it crosses a multitude and multiple nations of people to hear the cries and the sobs. But I am going to say this. Please respect their privacy. Please, if you are not praying for them, if you are not encouraging them, do not depict anything negative. If you are not helping the situation, don't say anything. It's hard. It's so hard. And I'm not the mother and I'm not the father, but I look at my black babies and say, that could be me. I want you all to know I love you. I'm encouraging everybody. Let's start thinking about how we can create a dialogue and shift and change and make this situation better, because we do matter. Our black community, our black culture, our black race, which is slowly becoming, for a lack of a better word, scarce, because they're in prisons, they're in the graveyards. How can we make this better? We have a wealth of power, and we have to use it. I'm simply going to close with this, and this has always been my heart's prayer, that may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another, that he keeps you, he covers you, he protects you. Know that you are loved, that you are favored, and that you are richly blessed. Thank you all for joining me tonight. This has been Real Talk with Roz. I love you. Bye.